All right, so we're talking about making your fingers disappear and all of this. And I saw you at a magic convention. You showed me magic, didn't even pay attention. See the video in 2008, go back to a magic convention, and I noticed something's different about your hand. You are literally missing a finger now. And I'm like, I don't know if you know, behind the scenes, people say, what are the coincidence? The guy that made his fingers disappear ended up with that. I mean, I heard that from other people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
it's like the Twilight Zone. As soon as it happened, Dick Cavett comes over to me and says, this could be a Twilight Zone episode, except nobody would believe it.
So tell everybody, what finger are you missing?
So I was doing my act right-handed up until the Paul Daniels show. If you see that tape, I'm doing the act right-handed. Comedy Tonight, if you see that tape online, I'm doing it right-handed. But in 1986, I got into a car accident, and the car flipped over 3.5 times on the Long Island Expressway, and the guardrail hit the back of my hand and ripped off a third of my hand, my right hand, because I used to drive with the right hand on top of the steering wheel, and the guardrail went through the roof. I saw the police report. They found the 2 fingers and this piece of skin holding them together about 100 yards away from where the car ended up. But somebody was smart enough to put it in an ice cooler. There was a helicopter landed, picked me up, took me to the hospital. They reattached everything. So for a while, my right hand had all the fingers connected. And then the ring finger didn't take. So actually what I have left now on my hand is half my ring finger and half my pinky and no ring finger. So back in the hospital, I already published my book called Finger Fantasies. And I said, anybody could learn this. So now I had to prove that anybody can learn it by learning to do the entire act left-handed. But I'm a right-handed guy. I don't have the muscle strength in the left hand, and it's still not as good lefty as it was righty, but I can still do the whole act, just like it's in the book, left-handed, word for word. So if you see a current video of me doing it, you'll see it left-handed, but it's identical to the right-handed version.
So can you just hold up your hand for the camera? We're doing this visually too. Look at that, Natalie.
So you see, it's like half a pinky and no ring. But wow. I can count these as 10 for the people who are watching on video. Look, 10, 9, 8. No, that's the wrong way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 4 is 10.
There you go. That works. It works.
I like it.
So as magicians, I'm getting my hands off pocket. My hands are getting clammy. They're getting sweaty just thinking about it. What else happened? Did you hit your head? Did you do anything?
Oh yeah, my head was the size of a basketball, but eventually healed. My shoulder could not be moved. My elbow, because I was in a cast for. Remember, I ended up having 14 surgeries over 3 weeks because it was reconstructive, and then it didn't take, and they cleaned it and then removed scar tissue and blah blah, and then 1.5 years of therapy on top of it. Because, when you're in a cast, you can't move this when it's healing. So you're in a cast for 3-4 weeks. You need physical therapy because you can't move your shoulders, you can't move your elbows, you can't move your wrists. So I had to get all that mobility back while practicing and relearning my act left-handed.
So there was no doubt that you weren't going to quit doing magic. You were just going to be able
No, not at all. I already was doing all kinds of new jokes about my fingers.
God bless you.
Right after I got out of the hospital, I emceed a big show for the SAM, all bandaged up, and I was doing finger stuff. No, there was no doubt.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How long were you out of work after the incident?
Well, as you know, agents are a really weird group of people, mentally speaking. And what happens is the second you vanish off their radar, they think you're dead. They stop booking you. It's like a magician who has like a lot of work locally. does a cruise ship. This is like a dream gig, comes back from the cruise ship, and none of those agents are hiring him anymore because they were replaced by other people. So, you know, I really couldn't perform for at least 6 months to a year because the bandages and the stitches and stuff, and the skin grafting needs time to heal. And well, you don't want to get the gory stuff, but basically, all the agents assumed, you know, I vanished from their radar, so I wasn't getting any more gigs anyway.
Wow.
So that's when I decided to focus more on the manufacturing end of the magic as opposed to the performing end of the magic.
And that's mymagic.com, your website.
Right.
That
Yeah.
amazing stuff. I don't know how, I mean, you have exclusives with so many amazing products. It's like, wow, Meir, that's fantastic, man.
Because everybody's my friend, you know, they got to know me because of the fingers, some of them, and, you know, doing something unique like a finger act or whatever you do that's unique can open up doors and is a conversation starter within the industry. You know, because, hey, you're the finger guy. Hey, hi, I'm the finger, you know, and conversations, and you make a lot of friends that way. I was very, 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 very lucky that way, you know, because I still consider myself a card guy, but I know my finger routine is what opened up all the doors.
Wow.